Good evening, guys. My voice is audible.
Good evening, ma'am. Yes, we can hear.
Yes. Agil, our screen is visible. My screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Yeah. Thank you. Shall we start the session? Today we are going to explore on a rapidly evolving topic, that is future trends in manufacturing automation. As engineering students, this is not just a theoretical concept, but something that will directly shape your careers and the industries you will work on. Maybe at present, many people's also working. Maybe it's relevant to your present career also. The manufacturing has come a long way from manual to mechanism. It's a mechanization, then to automation, and it's travel now towards intelligent and automation systems. So we are currently in the era of smart manufacturing, often associated with industry 4.0. So, where machines are not just automated but also connected, data driven, and capable of making decisions. So, in this session, we will focus on how technologies like AI, robotics, IoT, digital twins, even the advanced analytics are transforming the traditional factories into smart, efficient, and highly flexible production systems. From an engineering perspective, this transformation is creating new opportunities as well as new challenges. So the engineers today are expected not only to understand the machines but also to work with data, software systems, and intelligent technologies. Let's begin our session. What is manufacturing automation? Manufacturing automations refer to the use of control systems, machinery, and IT. So, to operate, manage the production process with minimal human involvement instead of relying entirely on manual labor. So the industries use automated systems such as sensor, that it's robots and computer software to carry out our task. So now let's break down that key aspects, right? So the first, use of control systems and IT. In modern manufacturing, the control systems act as the brain of operations. Everyone well aware about that. So these includes PLC, that programmable logic controller, then SCADA, that supervisory control and data acquisitions. So these, not only this, the computer based monitoring tools also. So they continuously collect data from machines through sensor and make real time decisions. For example, uh, my small request here in 12th slide. Okay, I'm just to be had one, I mean having one interaction sessions. I hope that everyone want to be participate. Please, this sessions log in and do your work. It's not like that. It's this topic, it's relevant our present trends. Maybe our topic title is future trends, but it's not like that. this is present trends topic in the 12th slides. Yes, are you okay now?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Okay.
Okay, fine, good. Second one is uh, reduce human intervention. Automation significantly reduce the need for manual work, especially in repetitive, dangerous, or high precision task also. Instead of the worker assembling parts manually, robots can perform the same task faster and with higher accuracy. But this is not hello. What happened? Screen is visible, ma?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Mm. Okay, fine. Okay. What we have discussed? Second pointer or third?
Second one, ma'am.
Second point,
Okay,
ma'am.
fine. Yes, thank you. It's reduce the human intervention, right? Because you know that if automation, it's automatically significantly reduce the need for manual work. Even you know that dangerous, high precious task also. So however, it is important to note that automation does not eliminate the job entirely, but it transforms them into more technical and knowledge based roles. So a third one is improve efficiency also. One of the biggest advantage of automation is increased efficiency. Machines can operate continuously, without interruptions. Then it's maintain that it's constant quality, and even reduce the errors also. So the automations lead to faster productions, even reduce the wastage and defects, that it's a better use resources like that. Then evolution of automation, to understand where we are today in manufacturing automation, it is important to look at how it has evolved over time. This evolution is typically divided into four major industrial revolutions, such bringing a significant transformations in the way industries operate. The first industries 1.0, that is it's a mechanization. That is, this was the beginning of industrialization in the late 18th century. In this during my conversations, my teaching, if having any doubts, immediately to ask. Such the sessions going for interaction, that is also good. Okay, no need to wait till the end of the sessions. You having any doubt in between, please, you just ask. Okay, so it is that during this phases, we can say that the industries moved from manual labor to machine based production. The key driver was the invention of steam engine and water powered machines. So for example, if you take textile industries, it started using mechanical looms, that instead of hand waving. So, from the engineering perspective, this stage introduced basic mechanical systems and laid the foundation for modern manufacturing. Second, go for industry 2.0, that is electrifications. The second industrial revolutions, it's introduced electricity into manufacturing. This allowed machines to run more efficiently and reliably. It's that's compared to stream power. So the major breakthrough was the concept of mass productions using assembly lines. For example, automobile manufacturing adopted assembly lines to produce the vehicle faster and at lower cost. So the engineers during this space, it's focused on electrical system, production planning, even improving the productivity. If you move on to the industry 3.0, that is digital automations. So this phase, it's begin in the late 20th century with the introduction of electronics, computers and basic automation systems. So the electronics like programmable logic control, we can say now previously PLC, even CNC, that CNC machines introduced 3.0 only. Anybody, are you aware about CNC? What is the expansion of CNC?
Computer numerical control.
Good. Yes, so CNC machines also introduced here only. Yearly robotics were introduced. So the machines could now be programmed and controlled digitally. It's reducing the human intervention significantly. From on engineering perspective, this stage it's required the knowledge of electronics, control systems, and computer programming. If you go for industry 4.0, that it's present trend, right? It's smart manufacturing. We are currently in this space. So the industry 4.0 focused on, everyone knows that it's intelligent and connected systems. The technologies like, what are the technologies we are using their smart manufacturing? Karthik, Muhammad, Agil, lot of peoples are there, but no one should open your mouth. Anyone? What are the technologies at present using their smart manufacturing? Are you hear my voice or not?
The laser machine and the digital printing for the
Your voice is
UV
not
printing.
audible. Little bit
One of
louder.
the laser machine and the digital printing machine, also the UV print machine.
Very good. Then,
maybe
simply.
AI.
Mm, mm. Yeah, good. Then,
Maybe something like machine learning as well. Internet of Things.
IoT. Then,
Uh, robotics, automations, or robotics or automation, something like that, ma'am. Or maybe,
Yes. Yes.
okay.
Simply says na smart manufacturing means yes, that's that industry 4.0, the following things, the present trends is like that only. AI decisions, the right, IoT, cobots, yes, digital twins, 3D printing, right? Everything we have used here, right? That's why we are saying that it is industry 4.0. So the machines can communicate it's with each other, it's analyze the data and make the decisions in real time. Example, a smart factory can it's a predict the machines failure before they happen and automatically scheduled and maintenance. So the engineers today must be multidisciplinary, it's combining mechanical, electrical and software skills also. So if you observe the evolution from mechanism, I mean mechanization to electrifications to digitalizations and now to smart systems. So these evolutions, the focus has shifted from replacing the human efforts to enhancing the intelligence and decision making in machines. You know that NEP 2020, National Education Policy 2020, they are also ensure that any field you are in, mechanical or civil or electrical or computer science or whatever may be, you want to be having their multidisciplinary knowledge. So everywhere, every course, the fifth chapter want to be compulsory for the AI intervention, AI related things. That is that what is the meaning, they are just to be focusing on their smart factories, that is the meaning, right? They are introducing their smart manufacturing. Previously I told that the title may be, yes, it's a future trends in automation, but today our topic is present trends in manufacturing only. The small organization also, they are using their AI, IoT, even robots, right? Many industries are now introduced, already started also. So that's why it's not a future trends, it is a present trends. Okay. So each and everything, I mean that six na smart manufacturing, AI, IoT, copod, then digital twins, 3D printing, everything we can see each elaborately. First one is smart factories. Now let's understand one of the most important outcome of modern manufacturing trends na, that is the concept of smart factories. That is, the smart factory is a highly digitalized and connected the production facility where the machine, systems and human work together intelligently. The connected system in smart manufacturing, all machines and devices are interconnected through digital network. So this includes machines, sensor, control systems, and even supply chain systems. Example, the machines can communicate with each other automatically, right? So the production data is also shared across the department in real time. So that this connectivity ensure better coordination, transparency and faster decision making also. The real time monitoring also, the key features of smart factories na is ability to monitor operations in real time. The sensor continuously collect the data such as that machines performance, that and temperature and pressures, production output, even the quality parameters. So this data is displayed on dashboard, allowing the engineers and managers to track what is happening instantly, right? Then self optimization. that is, the smart factories go beyond monitoring. They can optimize themselves using the technologies like AI and data analytics. That the system can adjust production speed, that reduce the energy consumptions, improve the product quality, even minimize the downtime also. For example, if a system detect a delay in one part of the production line, it can automatically adjust other process to maintain overall efficiency. So a smart factory is not just the automated, it is intelligent and adaptive also. So for engineers, this means the role is shifting from operating machines to designing and manufacturing intelligent systems, right? Then if you go for AI, right? So if you go for, once again, yes, AI manufacturing, right? Now let's focus on one of the most powerful technology driving modern automation is. We know that everyone, even childhood onwards, even the school studies also, they are enforcing their technology of AI, right? So why not in manufacturing? So AI enable the machines and systems to learn from data, identify patterns, and make the decisions with minimal human interventions. In manufacturing, AI is not just improving the efficiency, it is transforming how decisions are made. Let's look at the key application na. Predictive maintenance. Traditionally, that the machines were maintained either after failure. Called that system name is na reactive, right? But at a regular interval na, we can say that it's a preventive mechanisms, right? But AI introduced these smarter approaches, predictive maintenance. Or you understand? Traditionally, yes, we can use after failure. That terminology name is reactive. Okay, then frequently we check the intervals, everything na, that is preventive. But now we are used for the predictive maintenance. So the AI system analyze the data from sensor such as vibration, temperature, and noise to protect the when a machine is likely to fail. For example, if a motor start vibrating abnormally, so the AI can detect the pattern. So the what is the benefit of AI for this manufacturing? So it's reduce the unexpected breakdowns, minimize the downtimes, also save the maintenance cost. Lot of benefits are there, right? Hundred, even thousands of benefits are there. Then that quality inspections, AI widely used to automated quality control, especially using image, that processing and the computer visions. Instead of manual inspections, the AI powered cameras can detect defect in products, identify the shape, size, and color variations, so ensure constantly in productions. Example, in manufacturing line, AI can instantly detect a defective product and remove it from the process. So what is the benefit of that quality inspections? Because faster inspection process is possible, constant quality standards, even higher accuracy than human inspection. These are the benefits is there. Then forecasting, AI help in predictive future trends based on the historical and real time data. So that it's a demand predictions, inventory management predictions, that is production planning. So these are the things in manufacturing area. It's AI, it's possible to forecasting. So uh, if forecasting na, so what is the benefit is there? Because improve the supply chain efficiency, normally enhance the decision making, even reduce the over protections, production and wastages also. So the AI in manufacturing, it's not just about automation, it is about, that it is a intelligent decision making. Then IoT also, the another key technologies enabling smart manufacturing na, IoT. Because the IoT refers to a network of physical devices, the machines and sensors that are connected through the internet and can, uh, it's a collect, share and exchange data in real time. uh, the sensor plus connectivity at the core of IoT, or sensor and connectivity, very well, right? So the sensor are attached to machines to capture important data, such as, that temperature, pressure, speed, the energy consumptions, even the vibrations. So this data is then transmitted through networks. Yes, Wi-Fi or cloud systems, or using their industrial networks to central systems. So the networks to central system, they want to be shared. Then data driven decision making. The IoT generate a huge amount of real time data, which become the foundation for better decision making. Instead of relying on assumptions, the engineers and managers can, that identifying the inefficiencies, that optimize the process, even that analyze the real time production data also. So this makes the manufacturing more accurate, efficient, even evidence based also. Then remote monitoring. One of the biggest advantage of IoT is the ability to monitor operations remotely. Okay, engineers, track the machine's performance from anywhere, receive the alert and notification instantly. So the control systems without being physically present also. So this especially useful for large industries or multiple factory locations. So the IoT transform the manufacturing from isolated operations into, even, it's connected intelligence and, it's a responsive systems. So for engineers, this means the understanding not just machines but also network, data systems, digital platforms. Then, cobots, we can simply say that, collaborative robots. So uh, let's discuss on important innovation in modern manufacturing is cobot, right? Or we can say that it's a collaborative robots. So unlike the traditional industrial robots that work in isolated, it is but cobots are designed to work alongside human safely and effectively. The work with humans, the cobots are specially, built to collaborate with human workers rather than replace them. So they assist in tasks such as, the assembly operations, material handling, especially in the field of packaging, then a repetitive, it's a precious task like that. Then flexible also. One of the biggest advantage of robots is their flexibility. Traditional robots that require complex programming and fixed setup, but cobots can, easily reprogrammed, easily, adapt to different tasks, also be relocated within the production line. Then safe also. The safety is the key features of cupboards. They are equipped with advanced sensor and uh, systems that allow them to direct human presence, the avoid some something that slow down or stop when a person is nearby, like that. So the cupboards, that's it's represent a shift from automation replacing human to automation supporting humans. So the combine the previous the efficiency of machines with the intelligence and adaptability of humans. So here the engineers, this open up opportunities in robot programming, the human machine interactions and system design. Then the digital twin. The next, let's explore a powerful concept in modern manufacturing is digital twin. That digital twin is a virtual replica of a physical system, machines, or process. It mirrors and real world system using the data, allowing engineers to monitor, analyze, optimize performance in digital environment. The virtual replica, that the digital twins is especially a digital copy of the real machines or production system. So it's created using design data, even sensor data from the physical systems. Then it's operational and performance data also. For example, a manufacturing plant can have a digital twin of its entire production line. It's showing exactly how the machines are performing in real time. So this virtual model continuously update based on real world data. Second, go for simulations. One of the biggest advantage of the digital twin is your ability to stimulate different scenarios. The engineers can that test new design or process changes, the analyze the performance under different conditions, identify the potential issues before implementing. So the simulation method is helpful for us. For example, before changing a production process, the engineers can stimulate it is the digital twins to see the impact on efficiency and quality. So this reduce the risk and improve decision making. Then less downtime also. The digital twins help the reduce the machine downtime significantly. By analyzing the real time and historical data, they can predict the failures, suggest the the maintenance actions, even optimize the machine performance. So this ensure smoother operations and avoid costly interruptions. So the digital twins bridge the gap between the physical and digital world. It allow the industry to experiment, protect, and even optimize without disrupting the actual production. Then 3D printing. Yes, we can say that it's a addictive manufacturing. That is, one of the most innovative trends in modern manufacturing, 3D printing. It's also known as it's a additive manufacturing. Unlike the traditional manufacturing methods that remove the material, cutting, drilling, etc. But the 3D printing built the object layer by layer directly from a digital design. So the rapid prototyping. One of the biggest advantage of 3D printing is rapid prototyping. the engineers can quickly create a physical model of a design within an hour instead of days or week. Example, a product design can be printed and tested the same day itself. Then the design changes can be implemented and retest very quickly. So this speed up the production development cycle and encourage the innovations. Then customization. 3D printing allow high level of customization without significant cost increase. So the each product can be uniquely designed according you know the specific requirement. For example, customized medical implants, personalized customers product, even the special components of aerospace or automotive industries. So this flexibility is, it's that difficult to achieve with traditional mass production method. Then less waste also, since 3D printing in the additive process it use only the material required to build the object. This result the minimal material wastage, efficient use of resources. Even we can say that it's a environmentally friendly productions. So in traditional machining, excess material is cut away and wasted. Whereas in 3D printing, the material is added previously where needed. So for engineers, this open up the new opportunities, new possibilities in design thinking, the material science and product development. Okay. Next, go for case study. Just I'm giving here one general explanations. Then next slide we can go for interactive session. Okay. Let's now understand how all these technologies, because the half an hour we just to be last 35 minutes we taking their yes theoretical way. Yes, what is AI, yes, IoT, 3D, copods, everything. But how the real world these technologies are using. Yes, so let's now understand how all these technologies come together in a real world scenario. It's through a smart factory. Okay, just to be imagine, every person please imagine a modern automobile manufacturing plant that has fully adopted smart manufacturing principles. Okay, that is integration of robots plus AI plus IoT. So in this smart factory, the multiple advanced technologies work together. So robots handle the repetitive and high precious tasks such as welding, assembling, and material handling. AI system analyze the production data to optimize the operations, detect the defects, and protect the machine's failure. Even the IoT sensor are installed across the machines to continuous collect real-time data like temperature, vibrations, and performance. So, for example, a car move along the assembly line, the robots perform the assembly task. The IoT sensor monitor the machines. Yes, machines pulse, right? And AI systems ensure quality and efficiency at every stage. So, how the systems work together? Because the real power of smart factory lie in integrations. IoT sensors send data to a central system. AI analyze the data and identify the pattern. it's based on insights. The system automatically adjusts the machine operations, right? For instance, if a machine shows sign of overheating, the system can reduce the overload or schedule the maintenance automatically, so without stopping the entire production line. So in this, what is the better efficiency? Because it's reduced the machine's downtime through protective maintenance, faster production with that robotic automations, improve the product quality with AI based inspections, optimize the resource, yes, utilization, even, right, machine materials, energy, time, everything. So the compared to the traditional factory, a smart factory can produce more unit is less time with even fewer errors and lower operational cost also. So this case shows that it's a future of manufacturing is not about a single technologies, but about the integration of multiple smart technologies working together. So as a engineers, this means the ability to understand and the integrated system is more important than focusing on just one domain. Next, everyone, are you ready? If you go for
Yes, ma'am.
interactive poll, okay. I did like to get your opinion on an important question. Which technology do you think will dominate the future of manufacturing? Actually, I'm just giving here for uh, 4 options. Okay, one is AI, second one is IoT, third one is robotics, and fourth one is 3D printing. Please take a moment to think and choose your answer. But one person to choose one answer only.
In the future, AI.
Yeah,
Same,
good.
madam.
Yeah,
Hey,
Yes.
ma'am.
okay. Yeah.
AI only.
Hey, madam.
What is the answer? Actually, what is the questions? Which technology will
Will
dominate the future of
in the future.
manufacturing, right?
Yeah.
Now
Yes.
the entire sessions we have discussed about what is the importance of 3D manufacturing, yes, 3D printing advantage, then IoT advantage, what is the benefits, then what is that COPADS, yes, advantage, everything. Why everyone choosing only for AI?
All of them.
No. I'm not giving only one option only, na. I can't give all options, right? This is MCQ test like that. So one person to choose one answer only. If you
Actually,
having any
All the
ma'am,
things involving by
justification,
AI.
actually, this, all of them, they are all integrated. So choosing one is very difficult.
AI for using in the whole industries, like the
Yes,
modern.
they are all integrated
Oh.
in many industries. So it's all
so
about
your industries, it's dominating AI, right?
Yes, madam.
Okay.
And
Okay.
mostly the advanced technology like Tesla car is it's
Okay.
the modern technology. Like now, other robotics are in machines, factories like that. Only. But it's
Okay.
the
Okay.
technology will come in all industries, like
Okay.
in our camera also.
Okay.
So
Fine.
it's a,
Any other justification?
Yeah, yes, and the robotics actually in our industries they are used to inspection in safe manner, especially in the confined space.
Okay, because it's that it is not a replacement of humans also, right? It is a supportive factors of
Yeah, yes,
humans.
yes. Yes, along with human supporting.
So you feel like that in future, okay, present trends, okay, fine. Yeah, I'm asking in future only. So you feel like that it's robotics will dominate the dominate to others technologies in future. You feel like that or what?
Yeah, in future only the AI will be dominated in our industries because they are planning to adapt the AI with IoT.
Okay. So you
Because
just to be
very hard.
unaffected also.
Yeah, yes, very hard to choose the one of them because 4 is necessary to adapt every industry.
Yes, yes.
Very
Because
hard.
here there is no single winner, right? That is the meaning. So the future of manufacturing, it's like the integration of all these technologies. Not only possible, we can't say like that. We didn't say like that. It's AI or robotics like that, right? It's they work together. IoT, it's need for data collections, right? It's a collect the data, AI analyze it, right? Even the robots execute the task. Even 3D printing now it's enable the flexible productions, right? We can't say it's one will dominate, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. Next, that scenario of machine breakdown problem. For example, just to be imagination only, because you know very well about compare than me. Yes, because many sessions I am also just to be previously took that especially AI, especially IoT or the particular sessions, especially industry 4.0, everything. But today I'm just collaborative to again to take the sessions. Okay, but the thing is not only theoretical classes, at least we want to share some scenario also. Okay, that's why I'm taking this here, just to be imagine you are working in a manufacturing plant. Maybe it's not a imagine, many of the students are working. I hope that if I'm not wrong. So yeah, and suddenly a critical machine in the production line breakdown. Okay, so what happened?
We can use
Production will down.
My voice
like
is down.
AI for predictive
Okay, yeah,
maintenance.
machine is down, good. Then
It will
production
affecting the
stop.
production.
Okay, fine.
Then it will impact for
It's
the
the supply sources for the combine. Where is the fault coming? There is a central unit, you know.
Yes, definitely.
We check,
Then
we check programming. What the problem? What the reason for the shutdown the motors? Like why is the reason for the machine?
fine,
Some
fine.
vibration
At
involved.
present I'm not asking their suggested solutions. I'm just asking their yes. What is the result if suddenly the machines yes stop their production line breakdown? So what is the result? Production stop, right? Even the deadlines are affected, right?
Yeah,
The cost, yes,
this
cost
is
increase,
it
like
could be the
downtime coming.
okay.
It could be the sensor issue.
uh,
It is one of the
no,
reasons.
I'm asking that result. So
Yes.
it's okay. Now my understanding is yes. Why did the machine fail? The next step, right? We want to be understand the problems, right? So how we can understand the problems? The machine suddenly break down. Okay, so what about that next?
Yeah, it's need to
How you can, what are the steps as a engineers you will take, yes, to find the problems? I mean
First we
problem
check the
understanding,
physically.
I'm
First
asking.
we check the physically in the machine.
Mm.
yeah, we
Physically
need to do
check
a
the
root cause
machine.
analysis for this.
Is there any problem?
Okay, it's
first,
overheating or underheating, huh?
no, first we
Temperature.
need to analyze the systems, what they are actually adapt the systems. If something the lack of the above the any system is lacking, we need to find out what is need to upgrade for this, because machine is sudden breakdown. For examples, if suppose it is the issue with the sensor or they are not yet update or upgraded, so we need to check.
Okay.
So second thing is, if frequently happens, so what is need to next step? What we need to adapt the evolve of the what I say, it's maybe IoT or AI or something we need to adapt to fix these issues.
So using some modern technologies, right?
Yes,
It's for
yes,
example, predictive maintenance.
yeah,
It is a AI based, because traditionally it's not like that, right? It's a reactive or preventive mechanisms only followed. At present, after AI interventions, we having their predictive, yes, maintenance, so we can use them. Another thing is, uh, IoT based monitoring, continuous data collection, alerts sent to the abnormal behavior. So we can introduce our company for
nice.
IoTs to
Yeah,
suggest IoT. Mm.
let me allow the small example, because right now the industrials, they are doing in schedule as a PM activities, means the preventative activities. So preventative activities, they are facing the lot of issues because the lack of the data, and they need the manpowers to use CPM, conditional based monitoring. So this issue happen in frequency. So we need to adapt the next step, AI. If you introduce the AI, we can get the accuracy data. This data will be connected through.
Fine. Hello. What happened? What about others?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. What happened? He explained some protective maintenance technologies. What happened?
Yeah, we can also do root cause analysis for the machines.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, to predict why if, of course, if during manufacturing this machine just suddenly stop, and then we can do root cause analysis to determine how or why.
Okay. So you feel that it's compare the traditional, it's more better or what?
Yeah, of course, that is because sometimes if there are no sensors in place to detect why the machine breaks down, to determine the immediate solution, we can do, we can, of course, this machine, first of all, if there are adequate systems in place, like the predictive maintenance being done
Okay. In
frequently,
this regarding,
regularly.
we can follow some checklist or
Yeah, because we are working with some of these machines as well. So all these machines, they have a schedule. Like maybe
okay, fine.
every 3 months they have to be maintained. Every 4 months they have to be maintained. In some areas,
Okay, you just to be away from that system, you just to see how the system is working on, or otherwise you are also in the part of the system to handle. What about your position?
yes, ma'am. Of course, this no, these machines also they have a like a checklist. They have a rotation that within this period we have in this section they have to do the preventive maintenance. During the preventive
Okay.
maintenance, if any issues are identified, they will report to the corrective maintenance team. They will come and rectify it. So this is
So
being done.
what are the skills you have to learn to handle the systems?
This mostly we are using AI and this sorry, IoT sensors.
Okay, fine. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your experience. Yes, really, yes. Anyway, lot of challenges is there to um, introducing these systems in the rural area, especially the companies located, the manufacturing unit located in the poor, underdeveloped countries, everything. But anyway, we don't have other choices is there, in present trends, in future trends also, only focusing on their these technologies together, then only we just to be meet out their the humans expectations as well as the economical level
Uh,
efficiency. Okay, thank you
yes,
so
ma'am.
much.
Yes,
Huh?
ma'am. Because we have this SCADA, so we are using this SCADA system, right? So sometimes when these machines, the AI, they will alert the operators when maybe temperatures or vibration of the machines they become abnormal. So they will
Okay.
alert the AI sensors or the IoT. They will alert the supervisors
uh,
during the SCADA system.
Major advantages safety management also, right?
Yeah, sure, sure, yes,
It
exactly.
saved their human lives, that is most important, na?
Yeah.
Apart from that, help the higher productivity, yes, reduce the wastage, that is different. But anyway, here these are the technologies save their human lives also, because that important part here, it's just to be actors here, yes, lifesaver. So we want to salute the technologies, we don't have other options also. Good. So okay, now we just go for discuss about their careers in manufacturing automations. So already many of the here the students, many of the students are already working in that full time, part times, especially engineering field, especially manufacturing unit. So you aware about that, but anyway, I'm just to be giving few tips to you. Yes. An important aspect for all of you, the career opportunities in manufacturing automations. The as the industries move towards smart manufacturing, the demand for skilled engineers in this field is rapidly increasing, right? One is the automation engineer. The automation engineer is responsible for designing, developing, especially maintaining automated system in industries. So what is the key responsibilities, KPI? There means it's a programming control systems like PLCs, SCADA, the integrating machines and production lines, improving their efficiency, and reducing the manual intervention. For example, on automation, engineers might design a system where machines automatically adjust production speed based on demand. So what is the skill required for that automation engineers? Definitely the need their control system skills, then programming, even basic coding, yes, PLC skills, then problem solving and system integration skills. Then it's robotics engineers also focused on designing, building and managing the robotic systems using in manufacturing. Their key responsibility is developing robotic arms for assembling the task, programming robot movements, then ensure safety and efficiency of robotic systems. So what is the skills needed for robotics engineers? Mainly mechanical plus electrical knowledge is needed. Then it's that it's a programming and a simulation knowledge is needed, that skill is needed, especially robotic systems, and AI basic knowledge is needed for robotic engineers. Then IoT specialist, the IoT specialist works on connecting machines and system to enable the smart manufacturing. So their key responsibility is installing and managing the sensor and the connected devices, even handling the data communication between machines, ensure the real-time monitoring and data analysis. So in their IoT specialist definitely need for data analytics skills, cloud platforms and IoT framework skills, then networking and communication system skills. So these careers show that modern engineering roles are becoming multidisciplinary. So to succeed, you should focus on technical skills, automation, programming, data analytic thinking, continuous learning. Okay. Then finally, if you summarize our session, automation is growing fast. So the manufacturing automations, it's rapidly expanding across industries. So the technologies like AI, IoT, robotics, and 3D printing, uh, uh, double twin, whatever maybe is driving this transformation. So this means the industries are becoming more efficient, accurate also. Then industry 4.0 is the future. So we are currently in the era of industry 4.0, so where manufacturing is becoming smart and data driven. So the smart factories, digital twins, AI based system are no longer concept. They are already being implemented in the real industries. So upskilling also essential. So to stay relevant, you may to continuously upgrade your skills in the area of, like, the automation and control system, especially data analytics areas, programming areas, even emerging technologies areas also, AI, IoT, like that. So the learning should be continue now, because the technologies is continuous evolving. I was studied in that my PG. That time my professors or advised me, please upskilling your knowledge, because our fast technologies, it's a 10 years one should be changed. Yes, the 15 years back, my HOD is advised me as a student. Yes, I am advised you as a teacher, I am advised you. Now it's not like that. The technologies not wait even 15 years, 10 years. Yes, the next 2 years. Yes, only the technology is changing evaluation only for 2 years. After 2 years, definitely the technologies entirely should be changed. So every 2 years we want to be upskill all the things. Okay, so now we say that it's AI, programming is needed, data analytics skill needed, all the skills only for next 2 years. Again, we want to be upskill. So everybody's be ready, yes, to take their continuous learning. Another thing is, you are the pillar of our world. Okay, all the best. Thank you. If having
Thank you,
any
ma'am.
questions from your end.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Very nice class, also.
Sorry. Your end, you don't have any questions, just to be leave the sessions. Thank you.